Tidal force. Using the console, left console, adjust the position in orbit of the moon. Right console, adjust the time of day. Try turning the left dial to change the position in orbit of the moon. Observe how the tide is influenced by the position of the moon. Spring tide. Move the moon so that the sun, the earth, and the moon line up. The moon should either be in a new moon or full moon phase. Adjust the right dial to advance the time. Notice how the tide changes. The highest tide occurs around midday. As the time advances, the lowest tide will occur around the evening. And then it becomes a high tide again around midnight. In this position, the tidal force of the moon and the sun aligns, causing large fluctuation in the tidal levels. We call this the spring tide. Neap tide. Adjust the left dial to put the moon perpendicular to the sun. This occurs when the moon is in its first or third quarter. In this position, the tide rises gently in the observer's morning. Rotate the right dial to advance the time. Notice how the tide lowers slightly, approaching the lowest tide at midday. The tide then rises again, approaching a gentle high tide again in the evening. Low tide at midnight. In this position, most of the tidal influence from the moon and the sun cancels out, resulting in gentle tidal fluctuations. This is called neap tide.